I would say that mother-son relationship is very, very special. Like daughter-father relationship is. What is the importance of parent coaching? I have a boy, and I sometimes feel like I'm outsider. It feels like that this my wife and my son they have a party, and I'm like an outsider. Also, I see that a lot going on between them in secret language. I'm trying to decode the definition of happiness, financial freedom, job satisfaction, healthy relationship at workplace, at home, mental health, physical health, many other things. Ever since I started this podcast, I'm trying to decode the definition of happiness. Till now, I have concluded that true happiness comes from a mix of many things like financial freedom, job satisfaction, healthy relationship at workplace, at home, mental health, physical health, many other things. But the true happiness comes from the joy we create at home. And the relationship we have with our kids also affects the relationship with our spouses. Therefore, in today's episode, we will focus on healthy parenting and parent coaching. Our today's guest is Aparna Venkataraman. She is founder of Beauty in Parenting and is a worldwide parent coach and motivational speaker. She has studied psychology and helped thousands of families to build healthy relationships through effective communication, creative boundaries, self-care, and confidence building. So please welcome Aparna ji. I tried to research about you and try to find out more about what you do and how you do, but I would like to hear it from you that how this journey started and what exactly do you do in this parent coaching and your organization Beauty in Parenting.
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you for having me, Kamal. Thank you. As he said, my name is Aparna Venkataraman. I'm the founder of Beauty in Parenting, and I'm a parent coach and meditation breathwork teacher and a motivational speaker. I've been supporting families now for 20 years and have been working with them since my teen years. And I started supporting families because I went through a lot in my childhood. I had a very stressful childhood and felt a lot of big emotions, and when I was really intrigued by human behavior. So I studied psychology in college, and in my teen years I did a lot of volunteer work at nonprofits like United Way, and I helped families find resources to help them with food and electricity and all sorts of things. And so I was really interested in the relationship between the mother and the child in my child development studies. And then I went on to work with children who had autism. I supported children cancer units in children's hospitals. And I also was a school teacher, a toddler teacher as well. And I've been loving supporting families worldwide. And I'll share a little bit more later about an entrepreneurship and why I became an entrepreneur, but I wanted to give that background to you. Thank you.
Great. It's very useful, yes. Especially when you say mother-child relationship, it became general. I would say that mother-son relationship is very special. Like daughter-father relationship is. I have a boy, and I sometimes feel like I'm outsider because it feels like that this my wife and my son they have a party, and I'm like an outsider. Also, I see that a lot going on between them in secret language, and
I understand that. I have a brother, and he has a special relationship with my mom. And I have a special relationship with my father. And so I completely understand that.
I, being a father, I know it's very important to have a healthy relationship and healthy parenting. It can really affect the future of the child and child psychology for the rest of the life. So I would ask you my very first question. What is the importance of parent coaching?
Yeah, parent coaching is a wonderful thing where I love being in the moment with the parent. And they're usually coming to me very overwhelmed, very stressed out about sleep, about arguing with their child's emotions. And I want to be able to help them with what's going on right now. And being proactive, I call it a proactive thing with coaching, where someone's coming to me and they want the help as soon as they can. And so I will work with them to not only find the solutions as a parent, and I call it parent. It is parent coaching because I am working with the parent usually, but sometimes I am working with a couple or the mother and child or the family. But A lot of times it's what the parent is going through or what is stressing them out, and how they can help their family and find that solution, and also how they can manage things when things fall off track and they're not able to, they're getting stressed again. Maybe they're on a good, maybe the solutions I'm giving them are really helpful, but they've fallen off track, things have come up in life, and they really need that support again. I show them how to manage things when things fall off track too.
Can you share one experience, maybe without, of course, disclosing the privacy of the family that you helped? Can you please share one or two experiences where you feel that you made a big impact and it really helped them, so that audience can relate more to them? That yes, that's
Yeah.
my story.
Yeah, I've got a number of clients, but I'll share a few stories. And the first one is I had a mom in Europe who was a mom of twins, and she still is. But these were like 3 or 4 year olds, and they had just moved, and she went through a time of transition. And she was someone she was working from home. She was stressed out about the move. The children were going to a new school, and they weren't able to sleep at night or, have that good routine of getting them ready and, going to school and coming back and all of that. And when she was working from home and the children were there, it was hard for her to focus. And so we went through what her daily schedule was like, what she was prioritizing in her day, the things that were triggering her the most, and that was really the noise of her children. Being 3 and 4, they wanted to play a lot, they wanted mommy a lot, and we really helped them to find a deep breathing, mindfulness techniques to help them to sleep well at night. And also for her she started using noise-canceling headphones, similar to yours, to help her to focus. And creating those boundaries of, I don't have to be answering at beck and call my child all the time. It's okay for me to have this time for me for self-care or to focus on work or whatnot, because she wasn't able to put her needs first. And so a lot of times when a mom is coming to me, it's hard to do that, or parents coming to me. They're very stressed out about what's going on with the family, and that's depleting their energy. So we look at a lot of ways that she can stay focused and she can stay energized and sleep well, and also the children can sleep well too and have those boundaries with them. Yeah.
Now, I think you have been working for a long time. You might have come across a lot of families. As I said in my introduction, more than 1,000 families. So let us divide your people who are taking help from you into 3 categories. Yeah. Parents less than 5, having kids less than 5, then kids like, let's say, 5 to 13, and then 13 and above. So I'm sure you have different techniques to.
Yeah, so I would say that for parents of children who are 5 and less, the most important thing I would say, and especially I've worked with parents of really young ones or babies, especially, is to find ways to manage your energy levels, as we just talked about. Because whether you're first-time parents or not, you understand that you need to have that energy to keep going in your day, and that can be through finding times to stay hydrated, to have that nutrition, to work on your sleep. And in my parent coaching process, self-care is a big one. We look through, and that's something I specialize in, we look at what is really going on with you and how you can sustain your energy for the day. So I would say, for those with little ones, to not only you're going to be managing a lot of tantrums and a lot of different things will come up. Maybe there'll be, the children get sick often, but you just need to have that one little routine that can connect to you and you staying on top of what needs to be done in your day, in your to-do list. Yeah.
Then comes the second category, 5 to 13. The learning, the people who are very curious, the curious phase.
I will say, from that curious phase where your child's still developing, I would say the most important thing is so the first one was energy. And so that this category of children, I would say, to connect with them, learn who they are, learn how they communicate, whether verbally, non-verbally. Some children are very introverted, some are really have a lot of energy, a lot of expectations. Learn the ways that you can connect with them and find those moments to maybe have a play date with them, or learn their likes and their dislikes, and learn how to work together as a family as well too, and have that time together.
Okay, thank you. And now the selfish question for me, because my son is 13. So now, what's the advice for me?
For those in their teen years and above, I think this is a hard one. I think learning ways to trust the process and also to help your child to become self-sufficient is a really huge one. When I am working with families, a lot of times I'm working, so a lot of times in my practice, parents are coming to me for help with one child or two children. We end up working together as well on finding solutions for the whole family. And so a lot of times it's finding solutions on how your child can cook more, how your child can do the chores more, how they can work with other siblings to get things done so that mom doesn't have to come home to a pile of dishes by the end of the night, right? A lot of times I've worked with moms in the evenings and they've been like, later on the evenings, they've been like, my day's not even done. I still have to do all this before I go to bed and even make sure my children are sleeping. So finding ways where your child can gain those skills, not just for the household, but for the future, so that they can grow up to be these adults who know how to do these things. And it saves a lot of time and money and stress in the future.
Really great. I think your life is more like a library where every week, every month, you are just adding one more book. I feel like your library is getting bigger and bigger with every passing day and every new experience. You are just adding a new book to your library. So great
Thank
work.
you.
So now I'll ask you your ikigai. What was that driving force which gave you this strong energy that I can leave my 9 to 6 job and I can go to this unorthodox path, which will be a lot of challenges. Because for sure, when you started, it must not be a so smooth sailing.
Right.
Right? People, you don't have recognition, you don't have clients. So now
People
you're
don't know
well
you.
renowned.
Yeah,
So
and you say 9 to 6, but normally people say 9 to 5. Actually, my last job was at 10 to 6, and so that helped
10 to
in
6,
that way
okay.
too. It was 10 to 6
Yeah.
for me. I was a toddler teacher, and what ended up happening actually about in 2016 was that I had been a teacher for a couple of years, and I went through a transition period where I had a family member pass away, and I had something happened to my home which forced me to move, and I ended up moving back to my hometown from a big city where I was and leaving the job as a toddler teacher and going through a big transition phase of a lot of major things that happened in my life. And I needed to decide if I still wanted to be a teacher or if I wanted to try something else. And because I put so much time and energy into it and really loved as a toddler teacher getting to know parents, developing relationships, getting to understand child behavior, I wanted to continue on, and I wanted to. My main mission is to support families worldwide in the skills that I have to, not just locally. And I've been able to do that in many ways. And so I hired a business coach, I hired a life coach, and he really helped me to see that my vision was possible, that I was able to do this. And I highly recommend for entrepreneurs, especially in the first 6 months. What is still with me today is this beautiful community of other parent coaches who are similar to me, who understand what I do, and we connect all the time. I was just connecting with them before this, and we're there to help each other to enjoy the ups and downs of businesses, of career and entrepreneurship, but also celebrate what happens and stay accountable to what we said we were going to do. And we try to keep things simple, but finding some sort of community, whether in person or online, of people who know you and can just make it more enjoyable, because entrepreneurship can get lonely, especially if you're living alone and you're working alone, and it's important to just to have ways to enjoy it as well too.
Yes, it's a lot of pressure also because it's at the end it's a one-man army. Because I will share I will go a little bit off topic just to share my story with you so that you know me a little bit more and my audience also. I was a corporate trainer. I used to give technical trainings around the world for one of the telecom companies. I used to go to their offices worldwide in Africa, Europe, Asia, everywhere, and I used to teach. So I used to love my job. I used to love teaching, connecting with new people. In the morning, Monday morning, when they meet me, they hate me because who is this guy wearing this crazy tie? I don't like him. And within 11 o'clock, when the first tea break happens, they become my friends. So that challenge of breaking that ice and developing that credibility with the new audience every week, right? That was a challenge which kept me going. Okay.
Yeah.
But there was a sad part also. In the evenings, eating pizzas alone in some mall, because You're in a new country. You
Hmm.
don't have anybody. That was the
Hmm.
part I did not like.
Yeah.
But when you were explaining, I was just thinking that this teaching, whether it's a toddler teaching, and I was dealing with adults, I was giving them corporate trainings to the
Right.
about telecom engineering, telecom
Yeah.
trainings. You have to love this job. You have to love teaching. You cannot
Yeah.
just do this job for the sake of job.
Right.
Right? This
You
is
have
my
to
feeling.
have you have to have a why, especially and
You
a
have to,
vision.
yeah,
That's a huge thing I
yes,
learned early on. That yeah, if you don't have something higher than you to lean back on when those times when you're not getting nothing's coming in, nothing's happening,
right.
then it's going to be hard.
Yeah, my field included almost like 1 month of deep
Hmm.
learning, means really deep research and finding about how it works like that.
Hmm.
Around 30 days, I would prepare and then deliver that in maybe 2.5 days, 3 days. So
Hmm.
it was a lot of hard work. It was a
Right.
lot of learning, but I loved that. That kept me
Yeah.
going. That, yeah, intake of new knowledge. Great. So now I talked a lot about myself. I'm a talkative person. Maybe that's
That's
why we
okay.
can podcast.
No, I love it. Thank you.
Okay. Now let me ask you. So when somebody starts a coaching with you, this parent coaching, generally what we can expect during the session, approximately how long is one session, and generally how long, how often. So how does it
Yeah.
go?
Yeah, so for parent coaching with me, I offer a free consultation. You can come and discuss your questions with me, and we can make sure it's a great fit. And I will talk you through my parent coaching process then, which is it's an acronym called SENT, and we look at 5 areas of working together. And I call it SENT because I had a Facebook group called the Sensory Self-Care Space, and I would
Okay.
share inspiration for mindfulness and ways that people could emotionally connect as well through
Okay.
these sensory activities with them and their children. So SENT is for self-care, as we talked about.
Self care.
We'll look
Okay.
at the parent self-care. We'll look at communication, effective communication, and how
Okay.
the parent's communicating with the child verbally and non-verbally. We'll look at emotions, how
Okay.
you and your child are managing emotions, how you're naming them, and how you're able to process them. And the N is for noticing celebration, and this is a big one because
Hmm.
I think a lot of parents come to me very stressed, very tense, and I help them to shift that mindset to what kind of wins can you celebrate more each week? These
Hmm.
small wins. Did you maybe sleep well at night? Did your child have a great time at school? Were you able to have a good weekend with your partner and connecting and discussing things? The last one is T, and that is the truth.
How long does it go? The whole
Yeah, so
process.
I will say first of all that I do a consultation with parents, and I offer a free 30-minute consultation with anyone worldwide who wants to discuss our needs
Hmm.
and they want to see if we're a good fit. And so generally, my coaching sessions are 1 hour, and we will meet. I have a coaching package of 4 sessions, and we'll either meet weekly or we will meet every other week.
Also, when I was researching about you, I learned that one of the skills that you teach is leadership, confidence, and visioning. Can
Yeah.
you please elaborate a little bit more about that? Leadership, confidence, and visioning.
Yeah, so a lot of times, even in sessions or whether I'm giving talks, we
Mhm.
will talk through how, your confidence as a parent too, and how
Mhm.
you're showing up as a parent, what kind of parent you're showing up as, and how you can see yourself as the leader, as a leader of your family, not in an
Mhm.
egotistical way, but in a way where you're able to be the one to help manage the flow and the direction of your
Mhm.
household, and how your family members are also with you on that path too. And
Mhm.
sometimes even for families, I will look at how as a couple you are leading your family, how your child is leading themselves. And the visioning part of it, a lot of it does come sometimes with meditation or mindfulness, but also just how you're seeing yourself, what positive things can help you in your motivation every day, and what can, if you have a career, if I'm giving a talk to employees or companies or organizations, how you can achieve your goals and be the best that you want to be, and keep things fun and lighthearted for yourself too, that we were talking about before. Yeah.
Great. You mentioned about employees, and actually, that was my next question also
Hmm.
related to that because my podcast name is Happy Not Just Rich,
Yeah.
and many of my audience, most of my audience is mostly the corporate employees working
Hmm.
9 to 5, 9 to 6, 9 to 7, whatever you can say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, for them, what are the key areas that you would like to say, like for corporate employees now, shifting a little bit
Yeah.
focus from the healthy relationship at home. Let's say for the
Hmm.
corporate employees, how can they benefit from? I mean, if you have any advice for them to be more visionary, more clear in their focus,
Yeah.
having mental
So
clarity.
yeah, as I was talking about, we look at your priorities as well too. What you're
Hmm.
prioritizing as an employee, what's most on your mind right now? Because a lot of us we have long to-do lists as well too,
Hmm.
as I'm sure you do as well. And we always feel like at the end of every day, I didn't do my best. I didn't
Yeah.
do enough. I have so much that I have to get done. Will I get this done? And it helps us to, as you know, like not sleep well at night. It helps us to, a lot of us as entrepreneurs, especially, or even in our jobs, we'll go long periods without eating. We will
Hmm.
work, and work, and we won't take that time, and then we'll wonder why we're not feeling well. We're wondering
Hmm.
why we're burnt out. And so I think looking at your priorities, and I do have I'll share with your viewers a link to my free one-page self-care and priorities chart. And that's just a way that's I created this for moms and for a client years ago who needed that. A nice chart, a nice way to look at your week and
Hmm.
see, what you can simplify, what 1 to 3 things can you focus on today,
Great.
what can you put off till tomorrow, and what can be done next week or later on too. And so making things more manageable in bite-sized pieces and just looking at really like where you are in your life, in your where you are in your career, and what you want to focus on right now and see the most success on. Because if we spread things too thin, then most of the times we'll be left feeling depleted, and we'll also be left feeling like we're not doing enough too.
Great. Actually, I was going to ask you next question, but you, I think, already answered that. My next
Yeah.
question, which I had planned to ask you, was can you give us some actionable advice which people can start taking it from tomorrow onwards? And I think you already answered that. You
Yeah.
will here. You will share the
Yeah.
link
With
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 this
with
cheat
the
sheet.
right, with downloading my one-page self-care and priorities chart. This is something that hundreds of people, not just parents, have really enjoyed over the years. And so
Great.
that's one actionable thing you can do, just to even have that visual on your phone or fridge or
Mhm.
desktop, just to have something new, just to make things easier in your
Great.
week. Yeah.
I'll just, for my audience, I will just tell you that mostly this episode I will put it on YouTube, and in the
Hmm.
YouTube description of this video, I'll make sure that I put the link for that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anybody who is watching it can go and downlink and send you a small thank you at least.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So that was a piece of action level advice. One more advice. This is a very fresh question. I just made this question
Hmm.
last night
Hmm.
because last night I was checking your profile and I found one reel about healthy habits for better sleep. So you gave two good advices. If it's not too much trouble, can you please give a small summary of that video here in a short
Yeah.
period?
The first
Yeah.
one was to take some deep breaths when
Mm,
you are ending your day and winding down before bed. If you don't have a bedtime routine of this is the time when I'm going to turn off my screens and get ready for bed, dim my lights, but just taking some time to, you can like take some time and really just inhale for a couple of seconds through the nose. You can close your eyes if you want to, but even as you're maybe sitting up or laying down in your bed, placing both palms on
mm.
the ground below you, just inhaling for 3 seconds. Inhale one, inhale down into the belly and into the chest, two and three, and then exhaling through the mouth, four, three, two, and one. And I like to count backwards and do a longer exhale because this creates a nice, easy breathing pattern. This is a basic deep breathing breathwork or breathwork technique. But I have a meditation that will come out soon with more advanced sleep techniques. But this is a nice one if you're just getting started to do this inhale for 3 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds for about 3 or 4 times.
Great.
This creates a good breathing pattern to help you to sleep deeply and sleep long. And it helps you to take the focus off of what's in your mind and into your body as well too. So that was my first thing in my video, my reel. The second thing is to take a journal. And a lot of people like to journal in the mornings, but most of us don't have the time. So, or even on your phone notes, write down at the end of your day anything that's in your mind. Whether that's I have so much to do, whether that's your list of what you're looking forward to the next day, whether that's what you want to celebrate that happened in your day. But anything that you can just dump, it's called a brain dump. Just writing out whatever you want to write out so that you don't have to spend your time staying awake at night thinking about those things. And you don't have to wake up in the morning feeling overwhelmed as well. So just making it lighter and easier. Yeah.
Very good. First one is good for the health also, better sleep also. And the second one I think is good for health and sleep. And on third one, it's also good for the productivity.
Yeah.
Because basically when you're doing a brain dump, most of the things that at least I would be doing, I'm just telling my personal thought process. I would be saying that this is the work which I wanted to get done today. I am going to bed with this pending work. I will take it up from this point tomorrow morning with fresh energy.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm making a to-do list for tomorrow, you can say, with fresh energy, and it would help. Really, it would help.
Those are creating those healthy boundaries in your projects, knowing that you don't have to cram everything into one day, and you can have a stopping point and continue on in the journey of what you're working on. And again, that reel is on my Instagram page and also Facebook page at Beauty in Parenting as well.
I'll put that link also. I will put in the first part of the description when I put a video. I'll put the social media handle of my guests, generally, and for that specific reel about better, the let's say thumb rule for better sleep, something like that. I would say. Okay. One more thing, when you were explaining to me for this brain dump, I would tell you one personal experience. I like to share a lot.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. No.
I have been overthinker. I think for all my life, I've been an overthinker always. So around 20 years back, I was living in Germany, and I was again like having a lot of thinking. And one of my friend, he saw that I'm always thinking and I'm worried. Although I was unmarried, I was young boy, but still, I was always overthinking. I don't know what was bothering me. I don't even remember what was bothering me. So on one of my birthdays, they gave me like some matchstick dolls, right? And they said that okay, now when you go to bed, take one of the doll, tell all your worries to this doll, and put it below the pillow and go to sleep. I think these dolls are called from Guatemala. Later, I googled a little bit about it, and that's also like it's not as effective as journaling or brain dump, but at least it's a quick fix. So right now you're not able to sleep because you're overthinking constantly. There is a volcano in your head. So please tell all the worries to this doll, and they were very simple. Anybody can make it. Just two matchsticks together. Just tie them with a small thread, and you can make it at home also.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I haven't thought about those in a long time. These dolls, and even children who are overthinkers, a lot of them are having a sensory comfort object, a teddy bear, a book, like anything that's some kind of a toy. I've seen a lot of times, especially as a toddler teacher, or even in working with teens, just having something near your bed that isn't always your phone, right? But that's just something comforting to you will help you to sleep as well too. It's a thing you're used to as well. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. And that's the difference of being a father of a boy and father of a girl for me. Because when I'm traveling, I'm always telling my son, because he's now 13, he's he's big enough. He's a young
Yeah.
adult. I'm telling him that now let us try to simplify our travel. Don't carry unnecessary objects which can make our life
Mhm.
complicated. Like for example,
Right.
something you have to carry extra charger for that. Then
Mhm.
while packing, you have to make sure that you did not forget it in the hotel. So let us travel light, make it
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
But if it was, then my wife says, if this was a girl, and
Yeah.
if she wants to carry a teddy bear with
She would
her,
want to carry more
she
things.
will
Yeah.
carry. She will go without you, but not without teddy bear.
Yeah. That's very funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a difference between being the father of a boy and a father of a girl.
Right. Right. I
Okay.
know our different mentalities. I know. But that's
Right.
how the family unit ends up working together on some sort of compromise.
Yes.
Sometimes,
Yes.
usually, sometimes the child will lead. It all depends. Yeah.
Yes. As long as we are not laughing at each other, we are
Mhm.
laughing with each other.
Right. Yeah.
It's okay. I don't care if it's a teddy bear or if it's a PlayStation or it's what is it. I don't care. It's just
Mhm.
it's like a subject on which we are having a conversation, having fun together.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Great. So we have been talking for quite some time, and I had
Hmm.
really fun talking to you. Now I have prepared one rapid fire round,
Yeah.
but the disclaimer is that you have to answer quickly. You have to answer
Okay.
whatever comes to your mind, right? Quickly.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
One parenting myth you wish would disappear.
One parenting myth I wish would disappear is that parents need to be loud and yell or have a loud tone of voice in order to have their child be obedient or listen as
Great.
well too. I think that's no longer the case. Yeah.
Great. Your go-to advice for handling toddler tantrums.
On the other hand, with toddler tantrums, I think staying quiet with them is a really nice
Mm,
way to, when they're having that meltdown in emotion, instead of wanting to talk with them and ask them all these questions, because it's hard for them. If they're emotional, it's hard for them to think and process things at that time. It's their executive dysfunctioning that's happening. So usually they having that quiet release and practicing sitting quietly with them until they've released their emotions, that frustration, anger, and then moving forward into asking them, do you want space right now? Do you want a toy right now? Do you want a snack?
mhm.
Helping them to move forward into a basic, simple need helps. Yeah.
Great. If parents could focus on just one thing, if parents could focus just on
Yeah.
one thing, what should it be?
I think that I was going to say connecting with your child is really important, but
Mm,
for parents, connecting to yourself is probably a huge thing that I teach and coach on, of how do you get to know yourself as a parent? How do you get to know yourself in your personal life and who you are and how you can show up more as that too?
okay. Best parenting book you always recommend.
I have an unusual book that I recommend, and it's not one of the most popular books out there, but it is a journal, a watercolor journal called Practice You, and it's created by a mentor of mine named Elena Brower, and
Mhm.
I'll send you the link for that. But it's a beautiful long watercolor journal that she created, and it's got a lot of different prompts and ways that you can draw and write and answer a lot of questions to connect to yourself too. So it's
Great,
a nice little way to relax and color and get to know yourself.
great. Last one, your favorite way to recharge after a long day of parenting and coaching.
I would say going for a walk. I post a lot of nature on my profile because I love to be in nature. I love to spend time
Great.
um, healing, and it does something wonderful to our minds and our bodies and our nervous system to just be away from screens and to just simply enjoy Mother Nature. Yeah.
Great. You have passed with 5 out of 5 marks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much, Aparna ji, for finding time and joining us and sharing your knowledge with us on my podcast, Happy Not Just Rich.
Thank
Today's
you.
conversation was very powerful, and it was once again a reminder that the true richness, true happiness comes from the pleasure and joy we build at home. Because once
Yes.
we leave our home with a happy mindset, we hope that the whole day will be happy.
Right.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Stay in touch. I will keep on messaging you if I need some advice.
Yeah.
Okay, and also for my audience, I would really say that if you want to get to know more about your parenting skills or you need help for parenting, please contact Aparna ji for
Yeah.
consultation. I will put her link tree link. And you can find more about her. So, your favorite, what is the best way to reach you? I mean, we have been communicating through Instagram chats, but
Yeah, I mean,
if somebody wants to
people-
contact you, yeah,
I would say you can either email me at hello@beautyinparenting.com, or in my link tree and on my website, the first thing you'll see, you can book a free 30-minute consultation with me. We can meet on Zoom or phone if you're in the US, and we can get to know each other, and I can support you with the strategy and
great.
how I can support you in coaching. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say thanks to my viewers because they have made up till this point. They watched the whole video.
Yeah.
And thank you.